Yes, people, welcome back to another video, and there's some huge news coming out today from the Spanish media about a massive injury, and this is to Luka Modric. He's just suffered a hamstring injury. They reckon he's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks, which puts the game where obviously City go to the Bernabeu in the semi-final in huge doubt for Luka Modric. I thought this was big news. Luka Modric is a fantastic player, and it's worthy of some commentary from us guys on this. So, lads, thanks for joining us, man. What are your initial thoughts on this? This is massive news for me.
It's positive, yeah. I think it's definitely a positive. You know, they've already had the midfield depleted a little bit over the summer last year, losing Casemiro, of course. Modric has won God knows how many Champions Leagues, and for him to be missing a game like this, that's big for us. I think it's the same, in my opinion, if City missed De Bruyne or something. I think it's of that standard, to be fair.
Yeah, and I agree. Hugh, what are you saying?
Yeah, it's huge. It's absolutely huge for us. I mean, even at, what is he, 37, 38 years old now, he's still one of the top players in Europe. That would scare me the most. I mean, we fell to the brunt of it last year, didn't we? That Modric and Benzema link up, they had that kind of telepathic understanding that we kind of see De Bruyne and Haaland building right now. So if that's even out for the first leg, that's a massive advantage for us. Now, obviously, I never wish injury in a player, but we have to analyze the situation that we're in right now. And if he's not playing, it's a good thing. But my thought process to this is we don't know what grade the damage is. And they're pretty much out of La Liga right now. So they're going full send on Champions League. Is Ancelotti and Real Madrid going to say, because it's only Champions League we're focusing on, we'll risk it? If it's not too bad, you know what I mean? If it's not too bad, we'll risk it. We just don't know. But then again, they'll have to come to the Etihad 2 weeks later. Maybe they'll want him fresh for that. I lean towards saying he won't play the first leg if it's a hamstring injury at all. You don't mess with hamstring injuries. It's definitely big for us if he's not playing, because he's such a creative force.
Yeah, no, I agree. It will be interesting to see what they do, of course. Like, actually, we don't fully know how long he's going to be out for, but you know, Nathan Ake is probably going to miss around 2 weeks of football. You know, if we go from 2 weeks from today, the time of recording this is on the 28th. He'll be back on the 12th. Well, we play them on the 17th. So, you know, is that going to be out? You know, if it's a slightly over 2 weeks, he's not going to be back, man. You know what I mean? So it's looking very close. And I agree. You know, that link up that he has with Benzema, that he's fearless in that midfield as well. And even though he is like 30, like you say, he's like 37, 38 years old, he still gets about the pitch very quick. He's not slow. Doesn't seem, because the thing is with Modric, I don't think he was ever blessed with much pace anyway. So I don't think you can really say that he's lost pace, because he never really was a mad, like, fast player. He had a good centre of gravity, a bit like David Silva type player, where he wasn't rapid, but he had that good centre of gravity, and he's got that sort of Champions League knowledge, how to get through games, you know. And so for me, if he is out, I think that's massive. Being at the Bernabeu as well, that Bernabeu game for me, I think decides the tie. I think that so long as City get out of there not being smacked up, you know what I mean? As long as we get out of there without being smacked up, I think we'll go on and do it, because I think we'll beat them at the Etihad. I'm confident we'll beat them at the Etihad. So for me, go to that Bernabeu. And if you can get out of there with a draw, I think is a fantastic result. I really do. So long as we don't get panned, I think that's the main thing. And obviously, if Modric is out for that game, that's massive. And that goes back to your point. Do they risk him? Do you think, lads, that Real Madrid could risk Modric? If he say he comes back on, say he's ready at like sort of the 14th, he has a day or two training, do you reckon they risk him, or do you reckon they say, no, let's just save him for that second leg and go full ham at the Etihad?
Yeah, to be fair, it's Real Madrid at the end of the day, and I think one of the reasons, I read one of the reasons in The Athletic why Haaland kind of chose City was he felt signing for Real Madrid, his kind of fitness and things would get pushed to the very limit. He'd get overplayed as like a Galactico kind of signing. And if you're at Real Madrid, fitness comes second to kind of the team almost, if that makes sense. So if he's on the edge of fitness or not fit at all, they'll probably still risk him. They've got no chance in the league. I'm not sure whether in other cups, to be fair, but in the Champions League, they want to win it. And I think if push comes to shove and there's a chance that he might be able to play, I think they'll just play him, to be fair. I think that's what Real Madrid do.
Yeah. You say other cups, they're in a final against Sevilla on the I can't remember. I think it's the weekend of the weekend before the City game, I believe. So it looks like he's missed that for sure, because that's 2 weeks away. Whether or not he misses the City game is going to be huge. I mean, they do have other players, of course, that they can put in there. It's not like they're completely like void of any players. You know, they've got Tchouaméni, Camavinga, but he's been playing left back recently. I don't know whether they can put him into the midfield. Obviously, they've still got Cruz. As you said, though, they've lost Casemiro. And I thought Casemiro was a big part of Real Madrid last year. I thought that, in my own opinion, he probably should have been sent off in the Bernabeu. You know what I mean? He made a tackle from behind on Kevin De Bruyne. It's a clear yellow, didn't get yellow card. I'm still salty. Yes, I still remember. But, you know, losing him is huge. The one thing that I would say is that with Modric or without Modric, I am feeling a lot more confident this year about going into this Real Madrid game. I do think that, I mean, because for me, we should have beat them last year anyway. You know what I mean? Bar some dodgy defending at home and, you know, crumbling in the last couple of minutes at the Bernabeu. But I thought we outplayed them for most of the game. That we should have gone through. I think they're a weaker team, in my own opinion, due to the lack of Casemiro. I think Casemiro was a great player for them. He knew how to deal, and he sort of gave the freedom for the midfielders to go forward. And I also think that City we've learned from our mistakes, in my opinion. I think you can see that from Bayern Munich. You know, lack of chances really conceded. The players coming out in their interviews, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, Hugh, just quickly, just to sort of wrap up this video, how are you feeling ahead of the game? I know it's a couple of weeks ago, but how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really good, man. I'm feeling really good. I mean, at the time of recording, I'm just back from Manchester, having watched City blown our title rivals out of the water. Arsenal 4-1 the other night, and we played literally scintillating football, tantalizing, whatever adjective you want to use. The team is, in my opinion, I know we've not won anything yet this season, but the team it looks better. It looks more complete than the team that took to the pitch against Real Madrid last year. And I can't have this conversation without adding the fact that we now have the best striker in the world in our team. And you think about the amount of chances we missed across both the legs last year. I'd like to think Haaland puts a few of them to bed. And even add on that again, the defense looks so much more solid. It looks much more like it knows what it's doing. The whole defensive unit looks like more confident. They don't look like leaking goals. And I keep referring to this point because it still counts. We've not conceded more than one goal in any game since the 19th of January. That fact alone, that stat alone speaks for itself. We're not leaking goals the way we would have done last year. So I feel as a complete team, we're ready. We're ready to take on Real Madrid, get past them. This team is so ready for this. So as long as there's no big injuries or a collapse of any massive nature between now and the first leg, I have full confidence that we'll go. I think we can go to the Bernabeu and beat them. I know the Etihad is the one where we're saying this is where we'll finish them off. This is where we put the final nail in the coffin. But this team should feel like they can go to the Bernabeu and beat Real Madrid in their current form. So I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready. Bring it on.
Lads, where you at, like, with your sort of feelings on the Real Madrid game?
I feel much more confident than last season. I think what Hugh said as well about the amount of goals we're conceding, etc. But it's Real Madrid. You go there. I mean, we've seen it last year, last minute. It's the Bernabeu. It didn't go well. And I remember right back to about 2012 as well, we were winning in the last minute and again conceded twice. So I just think we just got to keep our heads, try and ignore the stadium around you. And just get a result there. Just get a draw or something. I'm confident we're not going to lose the game, but I'd take a draw. That's where I feel.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, guys. Let us know in the comment section below how important you think this injury is to Real Madrid. I think it's massive. Of course, there's a chance that he could be fit. You know, it's unlikely, but there's a chance he could be fit. There's a chance they might just risk him. You know, as the lads have said, you know, Real Madrid are out of the league race. They might as well full send the Champions League. So will they risk it? Let us know your thoughts. How important do you think this injury is? Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Go subscribe to MCFC lads as well. And people, we'll see you in the next one. See you later.